creates that vibrant green coloring. And like, from my judgment, there's still a little bit of a tint in here. They actually dyed the river farther than they had in previous years. They went all the way over to Franklin Street, the last bridge behind us there. So usually I say it lasts 2 to 4 days. We're past that mark, so. But it has to do a lot with how much the river is flowing in terms of like wind and rain and things like that. All right, but continuing on over here to the left, let's talk about this red brick building with the clock tower in the middle. This is the Reed Murdoch Center. There's actually something a little off about this building. It is lopsided. Yeah, and the way you really notice this is we come out from under the bridge, take a look on either side of the clock tower, you will find that the right side is longer than the left side. 6 vertical bay windows on the right, only 5 on the left. Not how it originally was. When that opened as a warehouse in 1914, nice and even on either side. And then they were expanding LaSalle Street behind us. They actually cut off part of the building. There you go, Chicago progress, early 20th century, nothing got in its way. Not even a warehouse, they were just like, yeah, we're gonna turn a little off the side there. And they did. All right, next up I get to point out one of my personal favorite buildings, and the sun's kind of peeking out to help light it up. Take a look off the right front of the boat. In the distance there, you'll see a dark green building with a shining gold tower on top. It's the Carbide and Carbon building. Look at it, think of a champagne bottle. It opened during Prohibition. Now the architects of it, those are the Burnham brothers. They never officially admitted that is why they designed it to look that way. But come on, they knew what they were doing. But it really is just a roaring 20s ornateness at its finest. Dark terracotta facade, that dark green, and then up top, real 24 karat gold leaf. Thin gold leaf, half the width of saran wrap, but it is real. Originally, that was an office tower. For many years now, it's been a hotel. Most recently, it became the Pendry Hotel. And then take a look to the right of that champagne bottle. In the distance there, you'll see a thick white column-shaped tower, the black vertical windows. That is the Aon Center. Aon Center opened in the early 70s as the Standard Oil building. It is somewhat known for a mistake they made when they built it. It was originally clad in thin strips of Carrara marble. Now Carrara marble, you import that from Italy. It is very nice, it is very expensive, and it very much does not like Chicago weather. Specifically the freeze-thaw cycle. Dip below freezing, rise above it, that was stressing out the marble. Over 15 years of going through that process, it was warping, cracking, water was getting in behind it, and it was in danger of falling off from 1,100 feet. So they had to strip it all off, replacing it with a Mount Airy granite from North Carolina. That's what you find up there now. They say it cost them at least $80 million to do that replace. That's on the low end. High end, $120 million. I think they've never admitted the official price tag, which is understandable. All right, as we continue on here, folks, to the right, you got some old office towers that are now hotels. That thin white one, originally Mather Tower, now the Club Quarters Hotel. And then you got the London House next door to it. London House, not just the glass building, it's also the old office tower next door to it to the left. We call that adaptive reuse. Take an old building, update it for newer needs. And you see an example of that actually just on the other side of the Wrigley building, back on the left side of the river here. Coming into view is the Tribune Tower. Now this is a French Gothic revivalist design from 1925. So like a Gothic cathedral out of Europe. Got those big flying buttresses up top.
Okay.
There was a competition to design that building. They received over 200 entries, and that's the winner by architects Howells and Hood.